Ethan Walker drove his old pickup truck through the falling snow, gripping the steering wheel with tired hands. He had just finished his late shift at the warehouse. 12 hours of lifting, sorting, and pretending he wasn't exhausted. His radio played soft Christmas music, but it only reminded him of what he no longer had. 2 years earlier, he had lost his wife, Lily, to a sudden illness. One moment she was laughing in their kitchen, teasing him about burning toast. The next, she was gone. Since then, Christmas had become just another cold day on the calendar. No laughter. No warmth. No reason to decorate the small apartment he now lived in alone. As he drove down the nearly abandoned road, his headlights caught something unusual. At first, he thought it was trash. Maybe 2 bags someone had thrown away. But then one of the bags moved. Ethan slammed the brakes. The truck skidded slightly before stopping. His heart began to race as he stepped out into the freezing air. The wind cut through his jacket as he walked closer, breath visible in the dark. That's when he saw them. 2 little girls. Twins. No more than 4 or 5 years old. Sitting on the side of the road, huddled together under a thin, torn blanket. Their cheeks were red from the cold, their lips pale, their tiny hands shaking. One of them clutched a small stuffed bear with only one eye left. They didn't cry. They just looked at him. Big, silent eyes filled with fear and exhaustion. "Oh my God," Ethan whispered. He dropped to his knees in front of them. Hey, it's okay. You're safe now." The girls didn't answer. The one holding the bear pulled her sister closer. Ethan took off his jacket without thinking and wrapped it around them. Their bodies were ice cold. "Where are your parents?" he asked gently. The girl on the left finally spoke, her voice barely louder than the wind. "They said they'd come back." Something twisted in Ethan's chest. "When?" he asked. She looked down. "Before it got dark." Ethan looked around. The road was empty. No tire tracks. No lights. No houses nearby. Just snow and silence. Someone had left them here. On Christmas Eve. His hands shook as he lifted them into his arms. They were so light. Too light. He placed them in the passenger seat, wrapped them in his jacket, and turned the heater on full blast. As he drove toward the nearest hospital, his mind raced with questions. Who would do this? Why? How long had they been out there? The girls slowly began to warm up. One of them finally whispered, "Mister, are we going to die?" Ethan swallowed hard. His eyes burned. "No," he said firmly. "Not on my watch." At the hospital, nurses rushed them inside. The girls were treated for mild hypothermia and dehydration, but miraculously, they were otherwise okay. No bruises. No signs of abuse. Just abandoned. Police were called. Questions were asked. Reports were filed. But no one came forward. No missing persons report. No frantic parents. Nothing. The twins' names, they said, were Anna and Ella. They clung to Ethan the entire time, refusing to let go of his hand. When a nurse tried to lead them away, both girls burst into tears. "He's our dad now," Ella said softly. The words hit Ethan like a punch to the chest. "I'm not," he started, but his voice broke. That night, he sat in a hospital chair, watching the girls sleep in their shared bed. Their small chests rose and fell in sync. For the first time in years, he felt something stir inside him. Purpose. The days that followed were a blur. Child services got involved. The girls were placed in temporary care. Ethan gave his statement and assumed that would be the end of it. But he couldn't stop thinking about them. Their eyes. Their voices. The way they held each other like the world might disappear if they let go. A week later, he visited the foster home just to check on them. They ran to him the moment they saw him. "You came back." Anna cried. "You said people don't leave when they love you," Ella said. Ethan froze. I said that? She nodded. In the car. His chest tightened. That night, he went home and cried for the first time since his wife died. Over the next few weeks, he kept visiting. Reading them stories. Bringing them crayons. Fixing their broken toys. And every time he left, it felt harder. Then one day, a social worker pulled him aside. No one has come forward, she said quietly. We believe the girls were intentionally abandoned. If you're interested in fostering or adopting. Ethan didn't let her finish. Yes. The process wasn't easy. Background checks. Home inspections. Paperwork. Doubts. Fear. He questioned himself constantly. Was he good enough? Could he protect them? Could he love them the way they deserved? But every time he hesitated, he remembered that cold road. The way they looked at him like he was their last hope. 3 months later, on a quiet spring morning, the adoption became official. When the judge declared them a family, Anna and Ella burst into laughter. Ethan knelt down and hugged them, tears streaming freely. That night, in their small apartment decorated with handmade drawings and mismatched furniture, they celebrated with pizza and ice cream. As he tucked them into bed, Anna whispered, "Daddy?" It was the first time she had said it. "Yes, sweetheart? Thank you for not leaving us." Ethan kissed her forehead. "I never will." Years passed. The apartment turned into a home. The walls filled with school photos, art projects, and memories. Ethan worked harder than ever, but he never missed a school play or a bedtime story. The girls grew kind. Strong. Loving. One winter evening, when they were about 12, the family sat around the table decorating cookies. Snow fell outside, just like the night they met. Ella looked up suddenly. "Dad, do you ever wonder why we were left there?" Ethan paused. "Sometimes," he admitted. Anna smiled softly. "I think it's because we were meant to find you." His throat tightened. Later that night, after the girls went to sleep, Ethan sat alone by the window. He thought about the pain, the loneliness, the loss that had once consumed him. And he finally understood the truth. Sometimes life breaks you, not to punish you, but to make room for something greater. Those girls didn't just need a father. He needed them too. And on the coldest night of the year, when hope seemed lost, 3 broken hearts found each other and became whole. So if you're watching this and feeling alone, if you think your story is over, remember this. Miracles don't always come wrapped in light. Sometimes, they're shivering on the side of the road, waiting for someone brave enough to stop. If this story touched your heart, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us share more stories that remind the world kindness still exists. And remember, love can find you when you least expect it. Red Heart.